collapse. Boris put his foot in the mouth, making the Queen cancel her royal Christmas gathering. Queen Elizabeth II has scrapped her pre-Christmas family gathering as a precautionary measure amid the rise of Omicron cases in the UK. The Queen is said to have cancelled the traditional lunch with regret. The pre-Christmas gathering was scheduled to take place next week at Windsor Castle and would have seen several members of the royal family in attendance. A source said this is a precautionary measure taken in the midst of the steep rise of COVID cases in the UK. The insider explained this decision was made out of fears the lunch would put too many people's Christmas plans at risk. A senior palace source said, "The pre-Christmas family lunch will not be going ahead. The decision is a precautionary one as it is felt to put too many people's Christmas arrangements at risk if it went ahead." While there is regret that it is cancelled, there is a belief it is the right thing to do for all concerned. Her Majesty is understood to still be committed to celebrating Christmas at Sandringham with a small number of close relatives, as she has been doing since 1988. However, she is expected to take advice in the coming days as to whether it will be safe to leave her home in Windsor and have guests in Norfolk. This move is likely to be a bitter blow for the Queen, who is preparing to mark her first Christmas without her husband Prince Philip. The Queen cancelled the traditional royal Christmas gathering last year due to the raging COVID crisis. Rather than host a lunch at Buckingham Palace for extended family and then travel to Sandringham her 2-month-long stay, Her Majesty decided to remain in her COVID-safe bubble at Windsor Castle in the company of Prince Philip and loyal staffers. News of the Queen's cancelled plan comes after the UK hit a sad milestone on Wednesday, when the country recorded the highest number of lab-confirmed COVID cases since the beginning of the pandemic. The number of infections counted was 78,610, a jump likely supported as the Omicron variant is cutting through the population. The previous record was hit on January 8, when 68,053 infections were recorded. At the time, the UK was in full lockdown and had not yet faced the Delta and Omicron variants. The Queen's move also comes hours after Professor Chris Whitty, England's chief medical officer, said during Wednesday's Downing Street press conference people should be mindful of which events they attend in the run-up to Christmas. Speaking next to Prime Minister Boris Johnson, Professor Whitty told Britons not to mix with people you don't have to at events they deem most important to them. He also said, "I really think people should be prioritising those things, and only those things, that really matter to them. Because otherwise the risk of someone getting infected at something that doesn't really matter to them and then not being able to do the things that matter to them obviously goes up. I don't think you need to be a doctor to think that. I think that's what most people are very sensibly calculating, and that seems to me a sensible approach." Mr. Johnson said people are already exercising more caution. He added, "I said many times that I thought this Christmas will be considerably better than last Christmas, and I stick to that. We're not cancelling events, we're not closing hospitality, we're not cancelling people's parties or their ability to mix. What we are saying is think carefully before you go. What kind of event is it? Are you likely to meet people who are vulnerable? Are you going to meet loads of people you haven't met before? And get a test.